Great. Awesome. Well, like I said, we are going to talk about XXPs today. And this can really help you elevate your course, get more engagement from your students. And maybe for some of you, you are probably wondering what are XXPs. So let's break it down. You have to think of XXPs as a second type of points that allow you to create two different tracks of content for your students. And these tracks include the core or the basic track, and an optional advanced or alternative track for your students as well. We introduced XXPs because, you know, sometimes there was a lot of content that people needed to go through, and it was overwhelming for the students. So to simplify things, we added the possibility for you to add alternative or bonus actions that your students can go through instead of going through all of them yes or yes. So why two tracks? We identified two distinct paths your students could follow. First, like I said, the core curriculum track, which includes only the essential training, the most haves to complete for the course, okay? Which are the XP points. All the actions that contain XP points, your students need to go through them, yes or yes, in order to advance or to unlock the next trainings or modules, right? But with XXPs, we have the overachiever kind of track. So this track includes all those valuable extras that aren't part of the core training, but are still super beneficial, okay? How do we use the XPs and the XXPs? Here's how it works. All the essential trainings, the core track, are assigned XPs, like I mentioned. So the overachiever tracks are assigned XXPs. If a student is short on time, maybe they can focus only on the core track, so to complete the XP points without feeling overwhelmed or without the need to mandatorily go through the actions that contain the XP. But for those who want to to dive deeper and get all the extra value, the overachiever track is there for them to complete. So I will show you how that looks like in your course. Let me share my screen. There we go. So how do you add those XXPs? You can add them in the step number 3, which is your course content. For this 5-day yoga challenge that I have created 3, 4 modules, whatever it is. I will open one of the trainings, the training number 1. And when I go to my actions and points, you will see that I have 3 actions. The first action is the watch video, right? So it's a simple checkbox action, nothing to see there. And when you scroll down, you will see that I give them 1 point to complete this action, but 1 XP point, which means that they need to go through this action yes or yes in order to unlock the next training. However, if I want this action to be optional, what I can do is simply delete the number 1 point, and I can add as many XXPs that I want to give them. For example, if the watch video was an optional action, I will give them 2 points, 2 XXPs, which is the optional track. And this will count as a bonus type of points that they can collect. Okay, so it's not longer mandatory, it's optional. But this one is mandatory, so I will give them 1 and 0. For example, for me, mandatory is that they need to watch the video, and also they need to complete this action here, which is a multiple choice kind of question. Those have XP points, which means they need to complete these actions. However, I will create a new action. I will click add. And this action is going to be an essay response. So I will change it to an essay response. And what I'm going to ask my students is that they will write something for their gratitude journal, because remember, this is a 5-day yoga challenge, right? So I will name it Gratitude Journal, for example. Remember that the action kind gives your student an idea of what type of action this is. Is it homework? Is it a bonus action? Is it simply an action? This will be a bonus action in my case. So my students can identify that this is not mandatory. It's a bonus action that they can take or not, and that's okay. I need to give it, of course, the instructions of what I ask them to do. For the gratitude journal, I ask them to, let me go down. For this action, I ask them to take a moment to write down 3 things they are grateful for, okay? This helps them with their 5-day yoga challenge journey. So I ask them to do that. And as you can see, by default, it gives them 1 point, 1 XP. But remember, this is a bonus action, so I will give them 3 bonus points for this action. As you can see, it automatically deleted the 1 that was here in the XP points. When I changed it to 3 XXPs, it automatically deleted the point here. So when you complete that, you can see the difference between XPs and XXPs. These 2 are XP points, which means that these 2 are mandatory actions that they need to go through. But when they are XXPs, they have this green circle. So you can differentiate those easily. Okay, so that's like an extra action that they can take if they want to. Now, what are these good for? It can help your students get motivated. And also remember that we have this new feature called leaderboards. Leaderboards are a great way to create like a friendly competition between your students. We tally these points separately on different leaderboards. And this means that all the students can compete to earn the most XPs or the XXPs, right? And this way they are most eager and committed, or the most eager and committed students, can also challenge themselves on the XXP leaderboard. How do you put that? Remember that you go to the step number 4. It really depends where you want your leaderboard to be. It could be in the single training, for example. If you go to edit the single training, you can add your leaderboard here. I will delete this block. This is my single training page, and I will add the leaderboard. So remember, click and drag. And here your students will see the competition between them and other students. Let me see, because as far as I knew, here in this leaderboard, you can change the XPs to XXPs. Okay, so if you want them to compete with the bonus points, you can select the XXPs. So now, when you change that, it will show the leaderboard of the XXPs that your students have earned. And it's a really good way to, again, create friendly competition. So they will go through all the bonus actions that you have, or through the most actions that they have. Another thing that you can do with the XXPs is give them badges. So badges are a great way to keep them committed and motivated to continue. Let's say, for example, that I created, in the training number 1, I created this bonus action that is valued for 3 points, right? In the second training, I created another one, which is, I asked them to create their personal mantra. This is completely optional, but I will give them 3 points as well. So in total, it's going to be 6 XXPs that they will collect, right? Let's say that you go to your experience engine and you create a new experience. So you create new from scratch, a new experience. The trigger would be earned points. So you select earned points. What type of points? You select XXPs. And then the number of points that you want them to give that you want to give them something for when they complete it. For example, when they complete the 6 points that I will give them in the XXPs, for 6 points, I will click add. And what do I want to happen? What you can do is create a new experience. All your students will go through it. And the first action that will happen is, after you completed all my bonus actions, I want to give you a badge, right? So you simply select add a badge. You click there, and you have to select the badge that you want to give them for completing these actions. I already created one that is called Mindful Master. So this is the badge that I want to give them when they complete the 6 points that I give them as extra. And then they will see the badge that they have received in their profile. Just real quick, remember, how do you create badges? You have to go to your account. And then in your account, you go to badges. And here you can create the badges that you want. For example, here you type the name like my new badge. That's the name, right? You can change the color, the background color. For example, let's make it red. And the font color, let's make it white. You can add emojis as well. There you go. And once you're done with that, you click on add new badge. And now you have this badge here. And again, when you go to your course and you want to give them a badge for completing something, you go to the experience. And here you can add the badge. Add a badge. We are going to select the one that I just created, which is my new badge. And there you go. That's a good way to also, compensate them from going through the bonus actions to give them badges. Or remember that you can also unlock secret content for them. The way that I was thinking about it is, for example, when they go through all the training and they complete the optional XXPs, in the single training page or in the home page, however you prefer, it's best in the home page. So I will go back to the home page. Here, I will add a secret block for them. The block will contain a secret exercise that I want them to complete. Like maybe it's a video with a new pose or something that I didn't go through in my regular content. So only people who completed the XXPs will be able to see this video. So I simply click and drag one of these blocks, for example, this one. I will put it here. And then you want to change the text to something like your bonus, I don't know, daily practice or something, depending on your content, obviously. So you tell them in the text, so this is your bonus for completing all the XXPs, You upload the video and you have to create a tag for the people who you want to see this blog. Who you want to see this blog? Yeah, I think that makes sense a little bit. But remember, how do you do that? Same steps as the expiring mini course. You click edit content, and in the blog visibility, you change this to show to people with tags, and then you select the tag. Obviously, you need to create a new tag for those people who completed the bonus or the extra steps. You select the tag, and only people who complete your bonus actions will be able to see this blog. So there's 2 ways. You can give them badges, you can give them free content or bonus content. You can also create like a new page. I created a new page that says bonus resources. So if they complete my bonus actions, the XXPs, they will have access to these resources that only people who completed the extra steps will have access to. Again, you will have to create maybe a block in the homepage that says something like, Now you have access to the bonus resources, something that has a button. You can simply create one with a button like that. When you edit the layout, you can add a button in the column number 1, for example. That's the image here. I can add a button like that. Let's say you can obviously edit that to look better, but it's just an example. So this is the button and you can edit the layout. No, sorry, the content. And you can simply add the link that will take them to those free bonuses, which would be an internal page. And here, when you scroll down to the custom pages, you will see the one that I just created, which is this one. So you simply link it to the bonus resources in my case. And when they complete the bonus actions, they will see this block. Again, you have to edit the visibility of it. Only people who have certain tags. And when they click there, they will see all the bonus resources that you have for them. So you have several options that you can do. Create custom pages, give them access to exclusive videos, or maybe you can give them a free consultation. Whatever it is, but it's a really good way to keep your students engaged. And, you know, if you have extra motivated students, why not? Also let them compete. The leaderboard is a really good tool that I highly suggest you to add to your courses if you haven't already, because they will be competing with each other all the time. And that's good to keep them engaged. Any questions about the XXPs or how you can use them, or maybe other ideas of how you can use XXPs or free resources, free bonuses? Cool.
When you have the resources page,
Mm-hmm.
it does that when you put a bonus in there. So if they can get to that page, they can see everything that's in there, right?
Yes, everything.
It's still not exclusive to a certain you know, number of XXPs or something. So yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
yes, in this
the
case,
page
yes.
itself is, but
Oh, yes, the page itself is. So only people who completed the bonus XXPs will have access to this page. So your other students, the ones who didn't go through the XXPs, will have no idea that this exists.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to create the bonus resources page?
Yes, I created this. I will show you quickly how I did it. So I went all the way down to custom pages. I created a new one. I give it a title like bonus resources. Right? I created it. I already have one, so I will name it extra. I created it. As you can see, it's here, extra bonus resources. And when you edit it, what I did is I clicked and drag a header. So like this, let's say. And then the 3 images that you see there are, wait, let me find it. Text and images. It's this one. It's under text and images. I click and drag this one. So let's say that I have 3 resources for them. I click and drag. And then you have to edit this layout. For example, if you wanted to have text underneath, you can edit the layout and you can add a new element. Let's say body text is small, but you can add buttons, you can add whatever you want. So it looks like that. And if I want to add, for example, a button that will take them to the resource, like that. Obviously, you can align it differently in the center like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you can format them like that. And then you just change the image and that's your first resource there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
So this is different than you know, when you go into course creating, you have content, you have replays, and you have bonus. And so I've been working with that page, the bonus page.
Oh, that's also perfect. It's perfect.
But I was having a problem getting because I wanted to transfer my my first training from my course to my mini course. So as a bonus for them giving me feedback, right?
Okay.
And when I transferred the training, because you have a button, it scrolls down and it says copy this training to another course. And I did that and copied it onto the and put it in the bonus section, but it had an MP3 with it that it refuses to copy, and I did not understand why. I have gone through and they said to make a resources page, and I went, what is that?
Oh, okay.
But I found it interesting that it would not copy the entire training. It would only it left off the additional. It said it was there, but it wouldn't put it in the page for the student. So
Oh,
I
that's
don't know if that
something.
was a glitch. You know, and I tried to bring that up to them, but I think it might be a glitch in the program. But
Oh, have you tried it recently or was it a long time ago?
no, it was yesterday and this morning.
Ah, okay. Then I will definitely make a note on that. If you still find that that happens, please write an email to support@experiencify.com and they will check what's going on. I will share the email in the chat because that's not normal, I think.
Well, I did, and I think it was Gabrielle actually answered me, but she's the one that told me to, well, go to the resource page and create that.
Ah,
But I'm
okay.
saying, you know, what you offer there seems like there might be a glitch in it if it's not transferring the entire.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense, right?
Right.
I will make a note on that and let Maury know.
Okay.
So thanks for the note.
Right.
Copying. I will go to the questions in the chat. Just give me 1 second. Okay. So Susan says, where do the badges appear and are they visible to other people to see them on someone else's profile? That's a really good question. For this second question, I don't have an answer if they are visible to other people because badges appear in your student's profile. Let me see if I can find an example. Let me see. Oh, yes. Actually, yes. The badges appear or show up every time that a student participates in the community or leaves a comment. So when they are in the forum and they comment something, people will be able to see the badges that they have. So yes. And how do they appear? They look something like this. Like that. It's the name of the student and then the badge that they have acquired. One or more, as many as they have earned. Right. Yeah, so that's the way that it works, basically. People will only be able to see other students' badges when they comment on something. If you add a comment box or block in your course, or when they participate in the forum, which is great. And how does it work if you have more than one leaderboard? Well, you can actually just have 2 leaderboards. So you can only have the XPs and the XXP leaderboard. So the way that it works is basically in here, this one shows the XPs that they are competing with. But if I add another one, the only second option that I have is change the XPs for XXPs. When you click in edit content, you simply change the XPs to XXPs. So it's only 2 options, really, for now. Here they will compete with the XXPs and here with the XPs. That's how it works for now. Hopefully, it's in the future, we are working on social points so people can compete in the forum as well. Who's more active in the community, so that will be fun. And you will also be able to attach tags to them. So maybe for the number 1, 2, and 3 students who have the highest numbers in your list, they will have a bonus, or maybe you can give them free content, or you can give them more badges, whatever it is, but we will have that possibility in the future, in the near future, because I know Murray is working on it. Great. Any other questions about XXPs? Awesome. Well, hopefully this works for you, and it gives you more ideas into how you can implement XXPs in your courses. Michael says, if you have a video with a multiple choice, can you make the right answer an XXP and wrong answers get nothing? Huh. Huh. I mean, they need to get it right, yes or yes, in order to continue with the course. Or less points. I believe we are not that advanced yet. Not yet. Let me quickly see. For example, in this section, I will simply share my screen so you can see what I'm doing. I added an action block, right? So when I edit the type of action, I will make it as an essay response. Oh, no, sorry, a multiple choice. Okay, and the response number 1 is the correct one. Okay, okay. Incorrect message, not quite, try again. Oh, maybe, yes. So if you, let me think of this. If you put a tag, if they select the number 2, no, I don't think so. Try again in 5 minutes. Action settings. Points earned when this action is completed. 1 XP. No, I don't think so. You can't give them less points. That's for sure. And they need to get it right in order to continue. So what the system does is that it gives them infinite options or infinite amount of opportunities to select the good one, which would be 3, right? But you can't give them less points. Unless you create a tag. I mean, I think the answer would be no. You can do many other things. If they go for the wrong one, then maybe you can hide the block and ask them a different question, maybe. Like maybe a new one shows up. But yeah, that wouldn't be like the answer to your question. So short answer would be no. You can't give them less points or more points depending on their answer. I will ask though, if that's something possible. As far as my understanding goes, no, but I will ask, or I will let them know if that's something that we can implement, because it makes sense to me, especially when people ask a lot about quizzes. And we don't have like a quiz option per se. We have the multiple choice and the essay responses, but we don't like quizzes in Experienceify because of the research, and it's not really good for your students, But sometimes it's useful. So I will let them know, but, or anyone has any idea of how you would do that? Yeah, no, not for now.
If there was something like maybe at the end of your course there, I'm not saying like a quiz or some sort of thing that distinguishes a little bit someone scoring higher than another person, or maybe having something so that they get a certificate at the end. um I don't know, so that's why I was thinking about it, just the or the leaderboard, just to make it more competitive, I guess. But I'm thinking too much into it. Maybe they just need to finish the course.
Right, but I think that way you can play with badges. Badges are a good way that they are competing with each other without seeing a leaderboard, but they are seeing that other people have badges. So give them very strategic names to the badges so that people are like, why do they have that and I don't? And maybe there's a conversation around it. And,
Yeah, is that something that, I mean, if a person's getting the questions right all the time on their first attempt, is that a way that they could get a badge, and someone else, if they get them wrong all the time on the first one, that they wouldn't get the badge?
Right. Mm. Yeah, no, not that I can think of right now. Depending on the answer that they select, because I'm thinking that you cannot lock once they select one of them, for example, they always have the option to try again. So let me think more about if they select one, that's the only one that they will select. And that way you can play with those things that you're talking about. You can play with, oh, it's wrong. Then they don't have access to the badge or, you know. But I think I need to think more about that or ask, because I can't think of an answer right at the top of my head right now. But that's really interesting, Michael. Or also another way that you can do it is, for example, let's say that they maybe not with the essay responses, but they go through the actions that are bonuses or even no, yeah, it would need to be with the bonuses. Why? Because I'm thinking once they complete all the bonuses, you will give them a certificate, right? You will give them a certificate that they are overachievers or whatever you want to call it. And then you ask them, when you give them the certificate, you ask them to share the certificate in the forum. So we can, recognize them and tell them congratulations, whatever. So that's also a way to create competition between your students, because others, the ones who didn't go through the bonuses, they will be wondering why they didn't get a certificate. And that's also a good way to, keep the competency going. But that's everything that I can think of about. But let me think more about the multiple choice type of questions. Susan, I'm not sure you would change the XPs, how you would change the XPs, but I think there is a great value in including quizzes to reinforce learning. Yeah, because you can add another element of fun with extra points. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I agree with that. We don't like quizzes, but I also agree that it's a good way to reinforce learning. Definitely. But I'm sure that Murray knows that and he's working on something, I'm sure. Was there office hours last night? Yes, there was, but I changed the time 1 hour before and I let everyone know in the chat and nobody showed up, just Laura. But it was very embarrassing. I'm sorry about that. I tried to let everyone know beforehand. I let them know, like, I let you know through Facebook, like 5 hours before the time, but still it wasn't enough. Oh, Chris, but maybe you were there at the time, so I'm sorry. Diane says, it feels like punishment if they learn a little slower. That's true. But yes, Chris, I'm sorry about that. I didn't see you. I was in the office hours until like 40 minutes past the hour, past 5 for me, but nobody showed up. Well, I'm sorry about that, Chris, if you were here waiting. Awesome. Anybody else has any questions about anything else, even if it's not related to the XPs?
Yes. Oh, go ahead, Michael.
Oh no, mine's kind of off there. You could go ahead.
I was on your refresher course this morning, and since I hadn't been on it for a while, but you were talking about the language, how you could change the language of your course. So if I'm teaching mostly people who speak English, but I have students that are more fluent in Spanish and would like the course in Spanish, how would I do that? Would I just copy the whole course and change it to Spanish?
Yes, you would need to duplicate the course and then change everything to Spanish.
Okay, and it will, like, if I just duplicate it and then go in and say change the language, everything will change.
If you
simple?
Right, if you duplicate it, everything will be there, like everything. The resources, the automations, the celebrations, everything will be there. But the only thing that you need to do is change everything into Spanish. And you have to do it manually. We don't have like a translation tool yet. So you will need to replace all the text in English to Spanish.
Okay. You mean on each training?
Not only the trainings, I will show you.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Look, when I go to language, you have to select first the course that you want to change. Let's say this one. You will see that all of these things are in English. The number of the points, all the messages, the comment, close, see more, high discussion, like everything is in English. And you need to change everything to Spanish manually. So edit, editar, remove. ¿Cómo dices remove en español?
Eliminar.
Eliminar. Like that. So you have to change everything to Spanish or the desired language here. You can use obviously Google Translate, but you need to do it one by one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, unfortunately, we haven't thought about like a more efficient system, but we're getting there.
Probably not. Well, you've done a lot. Yeah. Amazing program. So
it is, I agree. Michael, please go ahead.
Oh, I'm just wondering, like, if I just purchased a plan, if that's something that shows up on the dashboard, or is that something? I'm sorry, I'm kind of new on there, so I'm on the when you log in, like, does it like know what plan I'm on and whatnot on there, or you understand what I'm saying with that?
Yeah, sure. So you can see all that information in your account. When you go to the, on the left side menu, you have your account. And here you will see, for example, my plan. This is the plan that I have, how many active monthly students I have. Like all my information is here. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Yes, it's in the first one, your account, and all your information is here. Like particularly the plan that you have currently.
Okay. I think mine hasn't been updated.
Oh, okay. Which one did you purchase?
The lifetime one.
Oh, the lifetime. Yeah. When did you buy it?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe a week or so ago or 2 weeks ago. I don't remember.
Okay. If you don't see, can you please share your email in the chat so I can review what's going on? Thank you so much. In the meantime, Cecilia, please go ahead.
Hi. So I have a few questions. My first question is, if I have multiple courses running, and so I have like different students in each course, how can I see courses of only students that belong to only one particular course?
Right. So for that, you will need to go to your students. And down at the bottom left, you have filters.
Okay.
So you can filter your students by course. And you can
Okay.
even combine the filters. So you can combine them by course and coupon and tags, for example.
Okay, so any tags and coupons, did you mention? What was the...
Coupons, tag,
Okay.
badges, all
How
of
do
these
I
filters.
use coupons? What are like the pay coupons? Is this what you're talking about?
Right, so you can create coupons, discount coupons for your students to use.
Oh, yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. Another question. Thank you. That's so simple. I don't know why it escaped us. The other one is there a way I can like bulk open or close modules?
Bulk open or close?
Yes.
So
Like modules or trainings. Like I need to, like I've been going into every training and changing it. Is there a way to bulk open it?
but in what context? Explain to me a
Let's
little
say
bit more.
I have copied my course for a new cohort, okay? And I want to just open a few modules for them. I don't want it to drip down. I've covered, like I am using this platform as an accessory to in-person teaching. So if we have like covered that curriculum in class, I just want to open those modules for them.
Okay, is it going to be with the same course or are you going to be using different courses?
In the same course for now.
Okay, so for that, you would need to go to the step number 3.
Yes.
It really depends. For example, for who would you like to?
For everyone in the course.
For everyone.
Yes, I would just like, I was wondering if there's a way to bulk open it. Let's say you have, let's say in some of my modules, I have 5 trainings. Because I'm not able to bulk open it, I have to go to individual trainings and turn them on. And
I see what you mean.
Like I have to like, you know, open them immediately. But it's like time consuming.
Of course.
So I'm wondering if there's.
I think, because if you go to the experience engine and let's say when they first log in.
Yeah.
Or when they are added to the course, let's say.
Okay.
When they are added to the course, what can you do? For example, you can unlock a module.
Okay.
So you will select, I only have one module for this one, right? But you can select this first module and all the rest of the modules if you want to as well. So you can give them access to all of the modules that you want because you will unlock them automatically when they are added to the course.
Okay, but let's say I don't want to do it when they're added to the course. How do I change this condition? Like, what if I want to do it today? Like today, whoever logs in will have these modules open.
Oh. You
like
would
as I'm going through the course, I want to be able to bulk open a few modules based on what I've completed in class.
But within Experienceify?
Yes, within Experienceify.
But they need to go through a training first, right?
Yes, so in a way, the way we use Experienceify is we use it in addition to classroom teaching. So once our students we have 4 hours of in-person classes. So once we've covered like a few modules in class, we want them to now open to have access to it and use it.
But they are already added to the course. That's why this doesn't
They're
work,
already
right?
added to the course. They're already going through everything. They had modules open till yesterday. And I was just wondering if it's a feature, if it can be done. Because I know I could go into like, you know, that the step 3 and individually go to each module and then open each training and release immediately.
I'm thinking that maybe if they have a tag, then you can do that. So what you can do is create a tag. Add them to all of the students. So the way that I would do it is I create a tag. And then I filter them by course. Let's say for this course, everyone in this course. And what do I want to do? I want to select all of them. And then for this batch, I want to add them a tag.
Okay.
So you add a tag to all of them.
Yes.
And then you have to go back to the experience engine
Okay.
in your course.
Yes.
And here the trigger would be when the tag is added.
Yes.
So when
okay.
a tag is added, you select the tag that you gave them. Let's say this one. And from there, you unlock all the modules.
Okay. Okay.
So if they have this tag, then I want to unlock this and this and this and this module.
Okay. And I can keep using the same, let's say I want to do the same thing tomorrow. Again, can I just like add more modules to the experience engine? They're already all tagged, right? There are no other students. Can I just edit this experience engine, let's say 5 days later, to open a few more modules?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to try it. Thank you.
Sure.
That's interesting.
Yes. You're welcome.
Okay.
Michael, yes. In fact, you haven't been updated. They haven't updated your account correctly. So what I need you to do is write an email to support and let them know that you still don't see your lifetime plan in your account, because they also need to change it in the back end. And it's very important. So please let them know that it's not changed yet.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yes, you're welcome. Awesome. Any other questions? Yes, Michael, go ahead.
I have one more. Okay. One of the things I had thought of that I think you already had said, it was like, if I guess one way that some student would be ahead of another is that you basically, they have to get something on they have to complete an XXP. And if they, you said something about, I guess like, it's something that, you said something about that they, not everybody would see it, something they have to complete all the maybe all the basic modules first in the XP, whatever, and then is that how they would get into the XXP, was what you were saying?
What I meant with that is that if you create this like bonus path for them, like this optional path, and they complete all the trainings and, you know, like the bonus things, then they will be able to see the bonus resources page, right? Because it's not like a page that people will find easily. You don't have anything in your navigation bar that will take them to the bonus resources. Only people who completed those XXPs will unlock a secret block, for example, that contains the free bonuses. So it's, yeah, nobody knows that they exist except for the people who completed the XXPs. So it's like a surprise.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Susan, so you're talking about adding tags to the students, right? But how would you identify which lessons get released by a certain tag? Oh, but she wants to release modules. So the way that it works in the experience engine is that you simply tell the system, if they have this tag, I want to release or unlock this module, this module, this module. So the tag only tells the system, only people who have this tag, so you separate them from the rest, and these people will have access to these modules, or you will unlock the modules for them. If that makes sense, Susan. Awesome. Anybody else? Peter, hello. Thank you for being here.
Hi, sorry I'm late, but I'm good. I'm just soaking everything up and I'm learning. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. Yes.
Brenda, can I ask you one more question?
Sure.
Cecilia.
Yes, Cecilia. Yes, there you are.
What's the best way for like in the homepage or somewhere for my students to see the bonus releases? Like let's say I'm using bonuses. I'm tagging them, they're getting their bonus based on like if they've done a particular action. And where will they be able to access their bonuses if they want to go back to it or see it?
Right. So
what's best practice?
Well, the best, there's options. So for example, what we do in the Expiry mini course is that we put the bonus blocks in the homepage and also in the single training. So every time that they go through the trainings, they will be able to see the bonus resources as well.
So
However,
block in the trainings page, can you show it to me how it looks?
Sure. So for example, I will use the template. This is an expiring mini course. And when you go to the homepage, in the homepage, we have 2 secret blocks. They look like this. So we'll give them a free bonus and we give them an upsell, right? So these are only blocks that people who have completed the course or a certain action will be able to see. Correct. And also in the single training page, this is a single training, and they see these 2 blocks as well. So how do I make this a secret block? You edit the visibility. When you click edit content and you go to block visibility.
And then tag.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
And the other way that I'm thinking of is that you can edit the navigation bar.
Yes, that's what I have done currently.
Then that would be great, because that way, it's not always there in their single training page, because it's annoying maybe. So I think the best way is in the navigation bar.
Okay. I just had right now I have put so many things in my navigation tag, so maybe I'll get some of them into blocks. So that's good.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Okay, thanks, Brenda.
Yes, you're welcome. And Suzanne, so you can have multiple modules tied to one tag. I mean, yes. It's just the module is not tied to the tag. The tag is attached to the student, and then you tell the system what to do with people who have that tag. So if that's, for example, the modules, the release of the modules, or the release of the trainings, or I don't know, maybe remove a tag from them, whatever it is, the tag is the differentiator between your students. And that will allow the system to recognize, if they have this, I will do that. So yes, in a way, yes. Yes, thank you, Diane. Thank you for joining. Hope to see you more here. Bye. If nobody else has any other questions, yes, you're welcome, Suzanne. We can all go. Thank you so much for joining these office hours. I will upload the video in a couple hours, and you will be happy. You will be able to see the repetition again, okay?
Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you. Bye, Ari. Thank you.
Thanks, Brenda. Bye.
Bye, Peter.
Bye, guys.
Bye, take care.